Hey, it's Jess from YogiTriathlete. We have spent years coaching and competing in endurance sports, and now we're bringing you our newest offering, Endurance Squad, training with a holistic edge created by athletes for athletes. This isn't just another training platform. It's a dynamic community built on performance, longevity, and well-being. Whether you're a triathlete, runner, thru hiker, or simply training for life, we bring cutting-edge endurance training, mindset practices, and expert-led recovery tools together in one place. With new training plans and classes added each month, plus monthly group coaching calls with our master coach, BJ, you'll always have the support you need, because endurance isn't just about miles, it's about how you show up, body and mind. Ready to train differently? Join us at yogitriathlete.com/squad.
I had an experience, and each time I have these experiences, I'm building a pattern and a confidence that there's something on the other side of all these challenges that I face. Kona, even Oceanside, and now Massachusetts. Constant challenges. And if you just keep showing up, the things that most often you're experiencing before you get into the race rarely ever show up when the race comes.
Welcome to the Yogi Triathlete podcast. I'm Jess, your host, and this is episode 452. Today we're bringing you a smackdown, but not just any smackdown. This one belongs to BJ, co-founder of Yogi Triathlete, my co-host here on this podcast, and someone who landed himself on a podium at Ironman again, most recently at Ironman 70.3 Western Massachusetts after not running for 2 months. What unfolded on that course goes far beyond splits and finish lines. We're talking about a race that asked for surrender, trust, and everything he teaches, and everything he's still learning. In this episode, we dive into the kind of transformation that can only happen when we let go of the outcome and show up fully to the now, which I have a feeling are going to be themes in the answers to the questions that we have for Beach today. But stay tuned, because this isn't just a race recap. This is a teaching moment in real time. So if you have a journal, you may want to grab it or get that notepad open on your phone. Let's begin. Welcome to the show, Beach.
Oh man, I'm so ready to smack this down. It's been ruminating a little bit. I think we're almost 2 weeks out from the race.
Yeah. And I was really sick, and so I was not able to podcast. So
yeah, I left you. I felt so bad.
You left me sick. You came home to me sick, and I swear I can still hear it in my voice. But yeah. I've got life force. I'm training, and I'm really watching that edge. But this show is not about me. This is about you. And congratulations, first of all. This is your third Ironman podium. Mm-hmm. Your second Ironman top 3. And what else? Was it another first?
No.
Okay. Let's dive into the questions then.
Yeah, let's do it.
So the swim was canceled that day for the race, and Brenda and Nicolette both sent in a question about the swim. So when were you told that the swim was canceled? Just start there, because then the follow-up one will get into the how you made that shift. So when were you told that the swim was canceled?
I'll answer the question, then I just want to give some background.
Yeah.
The swim was canceled the morning of. You get a notification from the app. I didn't know the swim was canceled until, I woke up at 2:50, 3 o'clock, and then I saw Kristen in the kitchen, so 3:20 a.m. or 3:30 is when I first knew that the swim was canceled, when Kristen told me. And
Kristen was the guest on episode 451. Yes. If you haven't listened to that, go back and listen. Yeah, she's a boss.
I definitely got to race with her for the first time, like on the same course, which was super cool. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
So little backstory.
Yeah,
it has been raining. It has been raining in New England. It is so green. It is vibrant. It is rich. It is crowded with greenery. And I know you were just coming back from there not too long ago too, but they have gotten a lot of rain. And so when I was back there, it was torrential downpours. So the day before, when we went to go register, it was raining pretty hard, and there was rumblings of potential swim stuff. And so I just kept choosing not to focus on it. I just kept focusing on we're going to swim, bike, and run. I didn't give it any attention at all. But there's a lot of rain. So I didn't want to go in thinking, what if? I just wanted to prepare with the information that I had. Yeah.
Which was you were going to swim, bike, and run.
Yes.
Until otherwise.
Until I was told otherwise. This was a first.
That's actually I would say that's a pretty important teaching there. It's the rumblings, but they're just rumblings.
Right.
So it doesn't, you plan to come to the race to swim, bike, and run. So plan to swim, bike, and run until you're told that
otherwise.
And
then make a plan.
Right. But but the rumblings is then you start splitting your focus.
Well, the doubt creates doubt. And what does doubt create?
Mind virus.
Right.
It's such a mind virus. We are not immune to it. Yeah, that's a huge teaching right there.
This was another first. It's the first time I've done an Ironman where the swim was canceled.
Oh, okay. I knew there was another. I was fishing for that. All right.
In 20 years of doing Ironman, this is the first time. Yeah.
How did you shift the mindset when the swim was canceled? So you found out in the kitchen that morning.
Yes.
What happens? How does the mind go?
Oh, it's so good.
How does it process it and redirect?
Yeah, this is great. I'm human. So as I took my coffee, my lemon water, up to the room after I knew the information to go finish my mobility, my meditation, all of that, I had a human moment where it's this is what I do. I'm a triathlete. I swim, bike, and run. That is what evens the playing field for me. I can do all really well. I don't do any one fantastic, and I'm not lacking in any one of them individually. I do all of them well. So now I had this moment of okay, well now my ace in the hole of being able to do all three. Even though I hadn't been running, this is so beautiful. Even though I hadn't been running, I still believed I was good at all three in that moment. So I had the moment of the mind saying so now what? So now it's just a bike and a run. And that lasted, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds. And then it shifted quickly to, this is exactly what you need to be focused on, is biking your hardest so that you can see where the training is landing you in preparation for your big goal, which is Arizona. So I thought I was in charge of this experience, but the higher powers that be provided this beautiful opportunity for me to go out and go test the bike. So I said, okay, game on. I'm going to rip it. Go see how fast I can go and hold the power that I want to hold, 200, 205 watts for 90 minutes. Not 90 minutes. That would be awesome. For 2.5 hours. That would be fantastic.
Okay, so 20, 30 seconds to shift it.
Yes.
It's 2025.
Yeah.
Let's go to 2013, BJ.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's pre.
How long does it take to shift then? Or 2010 BJ?
That's all premeditated BJ. Before I started meditating. So the mind was definitely a monkey mind, and I would have absolutely been rattled by it.
Would you have been rattled would you have been relieved? Would there have been
relief?
Do you think there'd be relief?
Yep.
Why? What's at the base of that?
Oh, fear of the water, fear of the panic that I would experience when I go out too hard, because I know I'm supposed to be up at the front, but I'm not yet quite there to handle the pressure of being up front that I put on myself, or that others have put on me to be up there. And I would have been all in my mind. So the relief of I don't have to swim. At least I don't have to swim. Thank you. Would have been a big relief. Yeah. Because it was a stressor back then for sure.
Yeah. Those are two totally different people. So when you say 20 to 30 seconds, that's your reality. You're not exaggerating that. You're not being conservative with that, but it's also years and years and years of training the mind. So one more follow-up question on this. When you went back up to the room and you had your coffee and you were like, oh man, what does that feel like? Where did you feel it? Do you remember where you felt it in your body? Or if you can recall it now, where do you feel that in your body?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I know the conversation was in the mind, but I did feel a disturbance in my heart, a fluctuation, a kind of like pitter, like a quickening pressure in my chest. Again, probably because it's unknown. It's a doubtful thing. I haven't, whatever the story is, I can't articulate it because it was just so quick, but it was probably rooted in what you just described, like in the past. So even though I've been meditating for years, there's still stuff around that we get to work through.
And I think the thing that could get overlooked here is like what you just said, like you're like, I'm a triathlete. I swim, bike, and run, right? So it's like, that's a bit of an identity, okay? And so when the swim gets canceled, that identity is like, well, who am I now? How am I going to race this? One experience along the way in your triathlon journey that has taught you that hard lesson that what you do is not who you are, which I think fed into your ability to be like, I'm a triathlete, and then being able to shift in 20 seconds. Because part of the not being able to shift is that attachment of like, I swim, bike, and run. So one experience along the way in your triathlon journey that helped you learn that you are not the thing that you do.
Oh, the injury is the big one, the back injury.
When was that?
2014. Picking up our dying dog and trying to continue to train for Lake Placid, even though I had something obviously wrong with my back, and going to work when my dog, I could have worked at home. I had the opportunity to be a little bit more relaxed in the way that I navigated my work schedule, but kept efforting until the point where my dog was taken away from me. I wasn't able to do the race, and I really wasn't loving what I was doing for work. So what was I left with? I was left with lying in bed on some serious medication to let this thing pass through me and allow and really see like, what can I do? And I don't know how long it was. You were a big help in this, is, be in service to others. How can I shift this? Like, I can't participate in the sport, but can I still participate in a different way? Can we pivot just slightly? And that opened up coaching.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you not?
No, I did. It shifted your entire life.
It did. Like,
what did you start doing during that time to help you that you...
Meditating. Yeah. I saw Bob after you just kept sending me Bob's information for
I did not ever send you Bob's information.
Did.
Never.
Absolutely.
I was so guilty of putting like Bhagavad Gita and Yoga Sutras on your nightstand, but I never gave you Bob's information.
How else would I contact you?
Because you texted me in BJ covert, I'm in so much pain fashion, and just said, what's your meditation teacher's number? And I texted you back. And then one day you were and I was like, where are you going early? And you're like, I'm going to go see Bob. Like that was the communication.
Yeah.
I have a lot of incorrect recollections, but that is a correct recollection. I never gave you his number.
That was a game-changing moment.
I knew by then that didn't work.
Yeah.
I couldn't just give you his number. Plus, no, you had to have that suffering. Okay.
Sucks enough moment.
Okay, shifting gears.
Okay.
Next question from Abigail. Looking back, anything you would have done differently to prepare or doing the race?
Absolutely not. I can't think of anything I would have done differently. There's one thing. I mean, it's a physical thing. I noticed a crack in my bottle.
You didn't tell me this part.
Yeah.
You had already noticed it.
There's a little crack in my water bottle holder on top of my aero bar. And so I super glued I really couldn't pull it apart. It was such a hairline crack. And I super glued it and then put the bottle cage back on, which makes sense because the crack was right in between the two screws. So it was holding, like the bottle cage was actually holding that piece together, if you look at it that way. And went into the race with that's my third water bottle, one on the back, one down the down tube, and then one in front, the aero bottle that everybody has. And about a mile and a half in, I hit a nice little beautiful bump that we have in Massachusetts, right on this turn, and the thing broke. And the bottle went flying. The bottle cage went flying off to the side, right where a police officer was. He was awesome. So I kind of went past him, stopped, and he was like making sure athletes were riding more to the side, so I could get over, pick up my water bottle and the rest of the part that fell off. Because I'm not going to let the bottle cage go. It's a $60 bottle cage, one of those Gorilla Grips. So then I'm like, okay, I have it. Now what do I do? So, because I didn't have the third bottle cage that went down on my other tube. So I took the water bottle and I shoved that in my triathlon kit pocket.
It's good to know that you can stick a water bottle back there.
Yeah.
Because it goes does the pocket go all the way through?
All the way
on
through.
Kit? Okay.
And because you're hunched over, like it's even more held together. So there was never a doubt that it would.
Did that feel good, having a water bottle against your back the whole time?
That wasn't the problem.
What was the problem?
Well, once I was able to remove, okay, so I've got the water bottle in my back pocket, and I've got the water bottle cage now with 2 screws in it, so they're kind of sharp. And I just kind of put that on top of my shifters. Like there's 2 shifters, and I put it down the front of it, which kind of held it in place, but I also needed my fingers on it to keep it from rattling. Because you know how those people go by you and you hear the rattling?
You love a good rattle.
Oh, the noises in a bike, definitely my opportunity. You know, just a little squeaky or
yeah, you
creaky.
like stealth mode.
Anyway, so I had to hold it in place.
Oh my God.
But, so here's the most comfortable part. When I was able to chuck the water bottle down below, because I finished that, and take the one out of my pocket and put that down there, I was like, I'm going to take the water bottle cage and shove it in the pocket in the back. Well, that lasted for about 10 seconds because the screws were eating into my back. So I put it back on the TT bars and just held it there in place.
At what mile did that happen?
1.5.
Oh my God.
So for 55 miles, I held the water bottle cage with my fingertips to the TT bars, like right at the nose of the.
I feel like that's did you have it? I feel like that could derail someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It didn't derail me at all. Like, no.
You were just like,
this is what I'm doing.
I'm not letting this go.
So I probably lost, 90 seconds to 2 minutes, roughly.
You're good. I think that's like your work ethic, though. Like that's just how you are. Like I'm thinking about this like crazy hike we did like when we were in our 30s. We call it the death hike. And
but nobody died.
Nobody died, but we
started saying that.
Nobody died. But it was a death hike. Our party got separated in the White Mountains, and it was like dark, and you had gone down the wrong trail, and you realized
me with a bunch of other people.
Yeah, with other people, but you realized that at one point you were going to have to go all the way back up after already hiking for like 13 hours. And I remember you and another one of our friends who were very like grounded, and you were just like, okay, this is just what we need to do. And that's just how you are. Like, that's baked into you. I don't think that was like a mindset thing. That's baked into you. It's a mindset thing, but I think it's something that was just like,
that's a good reference point. I'm glad you brought that up. Cause one of the other guys was like flipping out.
I think two of the guys were a little emotional. Yeah. And then you and our friend Alex were like super grounded. And you were just like,
okay, we looked at the map. Okay, we just need to go up this trail for another 2 miles, back up, and we'll get to that. Where were we at?
We were in
Raptor. It wasn't Raptor. No, not Raptor Ridge. It was, I forgot the name of that little hostel right there, the little tent that we were trying to get to, the platform.
Yeah, I don't know. We ended up staying in a cabin.
Yeah.
Like literally sleeping on top of each other.
Now that I look back at that, it was pretty chill. It was just like, get the work done. Like, what do we need to do? Done. Okay, now we need to get up here.
That's just the quality of yours. Okay, next question. I'm going to use that for, let's just go into it. Biggest lessons from Mass 70.3 experience. Give us 2 biggest lessons.
2 biggest lessons from the experience?
Yes. Or 1 if you're searching for 2.
The easy one is you got to lean into possibility. Absolutely. In this experience of not running and not having evidence or recent evidence of myself being able to run or run fast, you're battling that where you've been before, right? History of the past. So I was leaning into possibility really hard, and I was willing to either walk or also I was willing to run really fast. I was willing to do both. I was accepting of both. I wasn't attached to anything really. So the lesson there is you focus on what you can do, which is I biked really hard. I biked harder than I probably would have in a race, which is great because now I know I can bike hard and still run without any recent consistent run training. It also shows that my mind can supersede what the body's feedback is sending it. So I think the lesson is always leaning into having an experience. It's easy to just put your hands up and say, I'm feeling sensation in the body. I haven't been able to run, so I'm not going to push it on the run. So I'm just going to do the bike and I'm going to stop it there. Or I'm not even going to do the bike. I'm going to spectate and watch. So I had an experience, and each time I have these experiences, I'm building a pattern and a confidence that there's something on the other side of all these challenges that I face. Kona, even Oceanside, and now Massachusetts. Constant challenges. And if you just keep showing up, the things that most often you're experiencing before you get into the race rarely ever show up when the race comes. So yeah, I would say lean into possibility. The other thing is race. You're going to a race to race. So be willing to race, which means also be willing to fail or, let's say, learn about where you are in your training cycle or racing experience. Put yourself there. Don't always question it. And I always go back to you asking me after races, do you feel like you went hard enough? Do you feel like you went hard enough? And I would say, I kind of had more in me. And this was like a repeated pattern. Like you would ask the question, same answer. Now I know the past, decade, it's been completely different. I am racing. That doesn't mean I go into the med tent to get an IV bag and I'm wrecked. It means I'm so focused and present that I'm right up there against my limit, pushing, fueling, racing, and walking away with an experience that just continues to build my confidence in what I can achieve. So, yeah, I think those are two good ones. I think. Go ahead. What's the next thing?
Were you going to say something profound?
I was going to go into the run because the run was so...
Well, I think this might...
Okay.
This last question here might bring us into the run. What mantra did you use pre and during the race?
Yeah, my mantra, like my go-to, this is like rock solid, ingrained in me now. Like there's no shaking. It's like, be here now, push the earth away. Be here now, push the earth away. Be here now, push the earth away. That it's there. It's there for me. So now it is the tool that I have at the ready. So on the run, I guess everybody knows now that I, was able to run off the bike. But when I got to mile 1 of the run, I remember it so clearly. When I got to mile 1, I was just so happy, grateful, thankful, joyful. I was smiling, even though I knew at mile 1 there's a hill coming up, like a really big hill. I was winning. Again, in Kona, when I got in the water and I started the race, I was like, I'm winning. I'm already winning the day. I've achieved more than I ever thought I could. So when I got to that mile and I'm running like 10 minute mile, I was like, okay, that's awesome. I'm so happy. But it also was like, oh shit, now I got to run hard. And now I really have to race this thing. And so that went, and it was the most fluid feeling of running I have experienced in many, many years. The hips were moving, the earth was pushing away, my shoulders were relaxed, and I was in the game. I was in the race. There weren't too many people ahead of me on that first loop, which you do. It's a lollipop, and you do 2 loops in the lollipop. And I was just going with it. And I kept looking down every time my watch would beep, because it beeps at a mile. And it was like 7:10, 7:15, 6:55. And I was like, what is happening? I have no idea. And it's a hilly course. Back to racing, race the hills. That was one thing I committed to myself again, if Abigail's wondering, commit to the hills. I ran all the hills up, all of them, as hard as they were, because they were hard. And I think I know that's what separated me from a lot of my competitors on the day. So, and things got real at mile 10, as they should when you don't have mileage on your legs. And my quads were screaming. They were screaming. I think if you're listening to this, you've raced, you all have that experience before. Like the quads are just like seizing up because you're just pounding. I'm pounding the downhills. I'm pounding the pavement. So at that point, it was even more unhelpful to be focused on that sensation. So again, really got acutely focused on be here now. Push the earth away constantly. And took me all the way to the finish, where I thought I finished second after looking at the results, and ended up finishing third. And the first thing I did, I crossed the finish line. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but my dad was there. The train. My dad was there, and I gave him a big hug, and he said, "I'm so proud of you." And it was so beautiful. To have him there and to have that experience. My work ethic comes from him. Yeah. Not the skills with tools or the carpentry, but the hard work ethic definitely comes from him. And I had the joy of having my young other brother, Andrew, his wife, Tanya, and my nephew, Quest, out there cheering me on. So it was so beautiful to have family there. Yeah, I'm going to always remember that moment. For sure. And that's Massachusetts, 70.3. The team did amazing. Brendan crushed it. Kristen crushed it. Chris Bruce crushed it. It was really good to race with the team and to see everybody finish. And Aurora came down from New Hampshire. And
Aurora's been on the podcast. She's done the Tahoe 200. She just did the
Cocodona 125.
Wasn't it called like Canyonlands?
Oh, Sedona Canyons.
So yeah, 125. What's she training for now?
A triathlon.
Oh.
I think there's a sprint triathlon. Her first sprint triathlon coming up here.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so, man, coming together with the team at races, there's nothing like it.
And she came to watch. She saw me finish, and we were chatting, and then I think she'd driven down. I don't know how long it was from New Hampshire, but anyway, she was ready to go. And then I looked at the tracker. I'm like, Kristen's coming in 20 minutes. So she stuck around for Kristen. And then Brendan was coming in 20 minutes later, so she stuck around. And then Chris was 20 or 30 minutes later. It was like she kept sticking around because she didn't want to miss it. And yeah, that was awesome. It was so good to have her there.
And then she drove back to New Hampshire, and she was so inspired. Didn't she go do like a 90-minute bike or something?
Yeah. Yeah, this is what.
Maybe she'll come and do Oceanside next year.
I wouldn't put it past her.
I wouldn't put it past her either. I think that would be amazing. All right, final question.
Okay.
If this race had a message for you, what's the message?
Keep leaning into possibilities, and you need to believe it before you see it. Constantly. The evidence is not absolute. We can do so much more than we think we can. I really believe that. And I'm out on the front lines demonstrating this, as are you, that we can do hard things, even though the evidence says otherwise. And you have a choice. You can listen to the evidence of the past and let that be a predictor of your future. Or you can lean into the unknown. You can lean into what you believe is possible and lean into it without attachment. And then you've got this superpower that you can take with you, not only in sport, but you can take it into any facet really in your life, that anything is possible. Truly is.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about this. Like, evidence is historical. Evidence is historical. It's things that have been gathered from the past to say, okay, here's the evidence. And that's what I was talking to you about this morning, like signs, right? Like signs, they don't lead. Signs follow. Signs are the evidence. Now, where are you going to go from there? And that's the question we always need to be asking. What's my next step forward?
And usually it presents itself to you if you can.
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes open.
If you can keep your eyes open, awake and ready, like if you can see it, there's an opportunity. Here we go. One final thing is the belief in, as I do these races and I go in with some sort of something in the body. Most often when I come out the other side, it's either the same or better.
Yeah, like you're fine, like you're running and stuff now.
Right. So
like
this
you
keeps
just like
happening.
Race it out of you.
I feel like that's like you have to break through something, and that's what's happening. Like if I keep racing, even though I have, and really, guys, just I'm not putting myself in harm's way. Yeah. I'm very in tune with my body, my mind, and what's possible, and I'm also willing to hold myself accountable and be like, okay, this isn't smart, and stop. I have that awareness. But I feed this thing so strongly that as I do races, when I have stuff, I come out the other side. I have moved through some things, but that doesn't mean more things aren't going to come. Or maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't.
But I'm very confident I have the tools to navigate it. And that's a superpower as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, it was good. That was great. Anything else from Massachusetts?
No, those are the questions we had. And
all right, just quickly, nutrition, because everybody loves to hear about nutrition.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. Blanks Nutrition. Love those guys. And there was actually a guy in transition who had 2 Blanks bottles on the back of his bike, and I talked to him for a little bit. He's like, I love those guys. So shout out to Blanks Sports Nutrition. Check them out. I did 2 root beer water bottles and 1 blue raspberry with Right Stuff, split through all the bottles.
I don't know if I could race with root beer.
And then, have an experience. Go test it out.
Yeah.
And then on the run, I used a full flask of 1 full serving of Blanks, not the gel, of Blanks, the high carb mix. So 400 calories, 100 grams of carbs. And I didn't take any cola for the first time. It's so bizarre. I didn't take any cola, or I didn't take ibuprofen on the run either. I just used Blanks and water at the aid stations. So
it's the fountain of youth.
It is really, since I've been using Blanks Nutrition, I've had some, minus Kona, I've had some epic performances. Like my fastest.
I would say Kona's a pretty epic performance, but a different flavor of epic. Yes.
But PR at 70.3 Massachusetts last year, fastest half Ironman time ever in 20 years. My 3rd place at Placid, 5 minutes off my Ironman PR. Oceanside had a fantastic race, getting back into training. And then Massachusetts, third in my age group. So Blanks is a big part of the fueling that I have chosen to help me get to the podiums. I mean, podium performances from here on out. Big ones next. Arizona. Biggest one yet.
Let's go, Blanks.
Biggest one. Are you going to show up, Blanks? Oh, they're going to be there. Actually, Mike's going to be there, which is super cool.
Anything you want to say about Ironman Arizona?
Yes, come join us. Please come join us. There are 5 months to Ironman Arizona. We're getting a crew together again this year to come together and race. We're going to be there all week leading up the race, and then probably a few days after. So immerse yourself in the experience. This is what we did in Oceanside. This is what we did in Ironman Arizona last year. So if you haven't seen the recap video from Ironman Arizona 2024, where we had 5 first-timers complete their Ironman, go check it out. It's on YouTube, our YouTube channel, YogiTriathlete. It is worth the watch, and it will really show you like what being a part of this community is like. Fully supported, coaches on the ground, race day support, guidance on the course, recon, all the things. And it's just another level when we have the community come together in person. And so Arizona on November 17th, I believe.
It's either 16th or 17th.
Yeah, is the race to target. We're going to be there. I'm going big. We've already got a community coming to spectate as well. So if you're curious about racing it, you got 5 months to train. Join the squad for $99 a month, or let's have a chat. Set up a discovery call with me, and we can chat about one-on-one coaching for your next Ironman.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. I will be there spectating. And the week prior, our good friend Jennifer, who's been on the podcast several times from Finding Endurance, she is also going big that day. BJ and her have the same goal of winning their age groups. But the week before, Jennifer and I will be up in Sedona for our women's wellness retreat. We have one room left, and we have a shared room opportunity. And the other woman who's already booked in that room is lovely. Anne. She's lovely. BJ and I have known her for a very long time. So you can check that out on our website under Yoga Adventures. We've got our wellness retreat. It's amazing. We keep it really, really small, and we base it out of a beautiful house, hiking right across the street, and we're right by the chapel that's like built into the side of the Red Rocks. It's just absolutely stunning. So yoga and amazing food and like really incredible women. When women come together, holy crap. Like I'd heard it and now I've done it several times, and it's incredible. So come join us for that, and then stay for the Ironman.
So it is the 16th.
Yeah. And if you're thinking like, oh, well, I'm racing Ironman, I can't go on a retreat. Well, Jennifer's racing Ironman, and she's going to be on the retreat. And BJ is a big fan of the retreat before a race.
I would be at this retreat if I could.
Nope, can't go. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Beach.